Now, I'm sure many of you have heard the phrase, if I knew then what I know now, or if you could go back in time, what would you have done differently? Now, I'm not here to lecture anyone, but this video is to inform you on things to have by the age of 25. Now, if you're not 25 yet, consider this a head start. Get yourself started on what to have by the age of 25. If you're over 25, just remember, direction is more important than speed. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode on BossLux, a channel documenting a journey to success because success begins with the mind. For all of my new viewers, my name is Camilla Mills, and again, today's video is going to be discussing the 5 crucial things to have by the age of 25. And we're going to be going over those so we can be well prepared in life. So now going back to my previous question, if you could go back in time, what would you have done differently? Now I ask this because I speak to a lot of people, a lot of individuals of various age groups and in different walks of life. And something I'm starting to realize are the similarities in financial necessities or the lack thereof. And I'm actually speaking in terms of the lack of credit or lack of retirement, etc., which is exactly what we're going to go through today in this video. But before we get into that, if you already haven't done so, go ahead and smash that like button, press the subscribe button. Don't forget the notification bell to stay tuned. Now, before I get into this, just want to say these are in no particular order. And of course, as usual, anything that is discussed today, just want to let you guys know that you must do your own research on them. That is the big disclaimer. Now, these are financial decisions I made at an earlier age that really played a part in helping me shape my financial future. One of them being life insurance. Life insurance is really underrated, and I think that may be because of the lack of understanding for it. Life insurance is really one of the most selfless acts that you can do for your loved ones or anyone that depends on you financially. You don't actually benefit from life insurance, but it does ease the pain of financial burden when you're no longer around. Some of these life insurance companies do offer free consultations, so there is no obligation to move forward with the policy if that is not something that interests you at the moment. Of course, just do your own Googles and you should be good. Now, the next one is something you've probably heard me say time and time again, and that is to have a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. I've said it in many other videos. I'll probably keep saying it in a lot more videos to come, and I may sound like a broken record, but it's probably one of the most important things to have at this time, which is a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. But aside from having a 3 to 6 month emergency fund, you also want to have a separate savings account. Now, what's the difference? The 3 to 6 month emergency fund is really for expenses in case of an emergency, in case you lose your job, whatever the case may be. It should be able to cover your rent, your car payment, insurance, whatever the case is. Calculate all of your expenses, multiply that by 6. That's something that you should be having in your account for your emergency fund, 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Now, aside from that, why we want to have your savings account, now, anything could happen at any point in time. You're driving on the highway, your tire pops, you need a new tire. You accidentally drop your phone in the toilet, you need a new phone. Anything can happen. You want to be able to cover those expenses without touching your emergency fund. So I know it is a little bit difficult to actually save up for both the 3 to 6 month emergency fund and an actual savings, but little bit here and there definitely adds up. My mom always used to tell me, little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. Age plays a huge factor in this next one, and that's retirement accounts. Now, there are 3 main retirement accounts out there. Of course, there are more, but these are the 3 main ones, which are your 401ks, traditional IRA, and your Roth IRA. Now, with the 401k, most jobs do match. If they match, take advantage of that. All right. That is free money. Do not leave free money on the table. If they match you on any kind of percentage, take advantage of it. On your other Roth IRAs, on your other retirement accounts, there are many brokerages out there that can help you set this up, whether it's Fidelity, M1 Finance, TD Ameritrade, Schwab. That is something to look into as well. Now, again, age does play a really huge factor in this. This is something that if you can start now, do it. The earlier, the better. This is something I wish I would have personally started 5 years ago as opposed to whatever age I started. I know it wasn't 5 years ago because compounding interest does accumulate and it adds up. Now, this next one, again, I'm going to sound like a broken record. I have so many videos on credit cards. You guys know me. I love my credit cards. That's all I use to buy anything and everything. Starting your credit is huge in your 20s. starting your credit is what basically sets you up financially. A lot of people hear credit cards and they get scared because there's such a bad stigma to credit cards or even having credit or borrowed money. But in a way, credit cards are actually really, really good. They set you up financially for your huge financial purchases in the future, whether it is a car that you're going to finance or it's a house or whatever the case is. But I do have multiple videos on credit cards, credit scores, how to pay down debt. They will be linked in the iCards above. I'm not really sure where they are, but it will be up there somewhere. Take a look at those. They will help you out. I promise you, credit cards are not the enemy. Now, this may sound a little extreme because it kind of is. Credit is just as important as your Social Security. What can you do in America without credit? Honestly. Now, the only way we can start with building our credit is through a credit card, which is probably one of the easiest ways to start building your credit. Personally speaking, I started at an early age as an authorized user on my mom's Kohl's card. Now I do have quite a few cards of my own with an 800 credit score. I promise you, credit cards are not all bad. Next one on the list, I have invest at least 10% of your income. Now, this is not to be confused with your savings of 3 to 6 month emergency fund or your savings for just any kind of emergency altogether. This is an investment towards you. There are 3 main investments in life, and that's wealth, health, and knowledge. Invest in any one of those. It is doing yourself a justice. Pick one. Now, when I say invest 10%, I don't necessarily mean invest in the stock market. No, there are other ways to invest. Again, health, wealth, or knowledge. You can either invest in a gym membership or you can invest in buying books for yourself, expand your knowledge, or you can even start a business. Those are just a few ways to invest in yourself, but it starts from somewhere. Last but not least, and this may actually be the most important one on the list, and that's to actually have goals. Write things down, have a deadline, have a sense of direction of where you want your life to go. Your 6-month goal, your 1-year goal, your 5-year goal. Because in a way, 25 is the midway point of your 20s. It's the halfway mark to your 30s. And to be honest, 20s is the foundation of your 30s. It's setting up your financial future. It's just setting up your whole life, essentially. It doesn't matter what age you get to what goal. Just remember, direction is more important than speed. If you're over 25, that's completely fine. Again, just have your deadlines, hold yourself accountable, and just reach your goals. Your goals are for you. They're really just to keep you focused. I know this day and age, it may be a little hard to stay focused when we're always on social media, and we tend to compare ourselves indirectly to other people. Stay focused on yourself. Really just keep moving. It's never too late to achieve any goal in life. Just stay focused, keep moving. Don't be stagnant. Don't get complacent. If you made it this far, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope I did earn your like and your subscription. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and spam that like button, press the subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you on this journey. Every Thursdays, we will be here discussing topics on finances, entrepreneurship, and self-development. Thank you. Bye. And by the way, as usual, success begins with the mind.